Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 209 for Tuesday the 4th of June 2024. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag, PSN ID, Steam ID, Webby 360G, and joining me on this very fine evening is...
It's Graham, or G Hamox 14.
I've got a zero alcohol cider for some reason. It's Nick Votes.
And Sensei Switch.
How the devil are we doing? It's all four of us again. That's 2 weeks in a row. I am excited.
Not here
Wow.
next week, Webby.
You're not here next week?
No.
Are you busy shagging again?
Not now, no.
No, not right now.
At least someone's getting some.
Hey, you're married. You get it whenever you like. You just snap your fingers.
Yeah, all right.
That's part of the marriage contract,
If you
right?
say so.
Why do everyone I say that to who's married just laugh?
Because it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I've had an interesting week. So a couple of things just to make a big note of. It's the summertime. It's good times. So we're just talking in the stream before I hit record. But I just want to just say that it is National Men's Health Awareness Month. So very important to check yourself over, make sure you're feeling healthy, go to the doctor if something doesn't feel right. I know we've had Mental Health Awareness Month last month, didn't really talk about it on the podcast, but I think it goes without saying, we're all gamer dudes here. The Discord is available. People are around. Your mates on party chat always, I think, very good to talk to. And if you are feeling even more down than you feel like you can't talk to your mates, then obviously the Samaritans and other people are also available. So it's just to make people aware. Obviously, it's something I take very seriously. I think is very important. Something that we don't really talk about on the podcast very often at all, but it's just so people are aware, really. So just wanted to put that out there. And I had a very nice weekend. It's been very sunny. This is very off topic, but I just want to say it is the 80th year anniversary of D-Day. Obviously a very significant day in world history. And I was at Duxford on Saturday at the air show, and it was really good. Saw some Spitfires, some P-16s, whatever they are, the American planes, and loads of stuff, and that was really good. And I think other airports are doing some shows as well, so that's pretty cool. So that was really interesting over the weekend, just seeing some planes and stuff. So yeah, I just want to say hello. We are streaming on Twitch as well, so I just want to say hello to our chatters. Angelos and Tag have already said hello, so hello to you guys. If you are listening live and you are enjoying our conversations, then put something in the chat and I'll try my best to answer you as we have our conversations and get that conversation flowing. So that's...
Is it just me, or is Webby's mic gone?
Hello? Testing. Can you hear me?
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah.
That must be my connection.
Yeah, it's looking okay on my recording software, mate.
Cool. Okie dokie.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. So I think we can start with... Should we start with some new stuff again? Get into the nitty-gritty of the state of play. That happened this week.
May we?
And then a couple of other bits of news. And then the games we've been playing. I've been going quite retro over the weekend as well, so I'm quite keen to talk about some of the retro stuff I've been up to, which has been really interesting. But yeah, state of play, what happened this week was okay, I guess. Not amazing. We'll go for the negatives before we'll go to the positives, because there was a couple of positives on there, and I'm really excited for one game in particular, and that's because I know my boy's going to be really into it. But I think we'll save that till last, I guess. So yes, does anyone else want to talk about any of the games? Because I feel like I've been talking constantly. So
That's fine. I mean, if you've got a list, you can probably run through them how they were shown off, basically.
yeah,
Probably be easiest.
yeah. I don't have a list on the order that they were shown. I've just got a list of what I've written down. So the first game that I've got written down was a game called Concord.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, I can't stop laughing already. So the trailer started, and I actually initially thought it seemed quite interesting the way that they were talking about it. It kind of felt like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I kind of thought it was going to be like a single player story type game. But then as the trailer went on, you realised it was pretty much an Overwatch clone, 5v5
Hero shooter.
hero shooter. And all the characters just look super generic. And some of them do look like copies of some of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters as well, which I thought was a bit odd. They look very similar. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy from Wish.com. That's how I would. That's how I would compare it. Now, obviously, the 5v5 shooter market is very oversubscribed at the minute. Obviously, you've got Overwatch and quite a few other games out on PC and PlayStation, which is what this is launching on. And also, I found out afterwards that this is not going to be free to play. It's a full price.
No, yeah.
It's a full price title.
I was surprised by that because I thought if it's free to play, at least you're going to get people that are going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting a pay tag, I think that's just being like, it's like wheeling someone out into the street, isn't it, and just leaving them in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. I can see them maybe because of the negativity and people sort of like being super not interested in this, that it just ends up on like PS Plus, a bit like how that other one did that didn't do particularly well, the one with the racing game one, like Smash Stars or something, or Destruction All Stars or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
But the main issue is because it takes generally like 4+ years now to make a game.
Yeah.
As soon as the game genre's like, oh, this is popular, and it's like, oh, let's do one of them. And then by the time it's actually ready to come out, everyone's like, oh, another one of those, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. See, look, so the trailer I just had on stream was not the one they showed. It was this one I'm showing now, and it was very cinematic. And this is why I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be like a campaign type game. But yeah, can you see it on here? Yeah, if you look on here, right, so you've got the GameSpot one here. It's got 449 up thumbs and 3.4 thousand down thumbs.
And that's still like a bad amount of views, I'd imagine, still, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the PlayStation on the official PlayStation, look, it's got 4.5 thousand up thumbs and 42,000 down thumbs.
How do you see the down thumbs, Webby? Because mine are all.
It's a plug-in.
Yeah, it's a plug-in.
Ah,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they removed that.
Yeah, there's a plug-in where you can see the thumbs. Yeah, because it's still there, but obviously it's only available to the creators themselves. But yeah, there's a plug-in I've got on my browser where I can where it shows you them. So yeah, all good. So yeah, it just looks really shit, and that's about it.
I wouldn't say it looks bad. It just looks like a one of those games. Like it doesn't really have its own personality or stand out. And when you've got like free-to-play games like Overwatch and what's the other one that's huge? Like Apex and Valorant.
Yeah,
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The actual the FMV cinematic looks good, but I haven't seen a jump from that to actual gameplay to be so different for years. If you know what I mean, the actual gameplay graphics look like hardly anything like this at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there is another 5v5 team game that they showed later on in the actual PlayStation thing as well, which I believe is a free-to-play.
I can't remember what that was called now.
Marvel Rivals, is it, or something?
Let's have a look.
Although that seems to be more of a third-person hero 5v5 rather than first-person.
Marvel Rivals.
I'm sure that's what it's called.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've just found it on the YouTube. And that looks quite generic as well with the kind of art style, in my opinion.
But at least it's got the appeal of like it being attached to like Marvel characters that people know and love.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's third person as well, it's not first. So that does kind of give it a slight difference to the others.
Yeah, but again, it's still very Overwatchy. I mean, it's kind of like when the Battle Royale games were really popular and we just got oversaturated with Battle Royales, and it just got to a point where a load of them died and just the strong ones stayed. And I think this is what we're seeing with this hero shooter, style now,
It is weird because it's like the main multiplayer seems to be now is either Battle Royale, like the 5v5 model, whether it's a hero shooter or just in general, or an extraction shooter. There doesn't really seem to be anything like of the old team battle or any of that kind of stuff. I get that they're still shoved away as game modes in certain games, etc., but that seems to be the main way they're going now with the multiplayer games.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, because I played some Halo Infinite today because I was testing it on the Steam Deck. Runs okay, not great on it, just FYI. But I was really enjoying playing, those old game modes, like I was playing Capture the Flag and was just having fun, just trying to get the flag to each other's side of the map. And it's just old school fun, and you just don't see games like that anymore. No. They're just, games used to be, and I know I'm sounding like an old man here, and it's not all games. Games like Halo, they used to be made like with all these different game modes, and it was a decent map, and it was just fun. You just had a giggle with your mates, just having fun. But like these sort of games now, it's kind of like trying to keep you playing, with not through fun, but through like, you need to keep playing for your battle pass to get the next unlock or to upgrade your weapons and your skins. And it's just
like FOMO and fear of missing out if you don't play it every week. I think they actually said, once a week they'll be uploading a new a new video, a new story thing. So it's like, I just want you to play this and only this.
Yeah.
And we've said before, haven't we? If you're entrenched in Overwatch, you're already in Overwatch. You've unlocked your skins and your characters. If you're the same with like Apex, it's very hard to pull away people from established games that people have already put like so much time and effort into.
Yeah.
For them to be like, everything you've just done, just throw it all away, and come over here and look at this one over here. I mean, the other thing that's interesting is the fact that multiplayer in games used to be an off mode from a single-player game. Like, they'd concentrate on the actual main single-player game, and the multiplayer is an offshoot. It just so happened that with certain games like Halo, etc., and Gears and other titles, that the actual multiplayer was fantastic, and it could stand well on its own.
Yeah. 100%, mate.
But now it's like, we have to make it always multiplayer because that's where the money is, and we can chuck it out there free to play as well, so it gets more people involved. And then when we get them in, we'll drag them in with the FOMO, the battle pass, and like $20 character skins, even though your character's in first person, so you can't actually see them, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and and it's not just these type of games. I mean, I I mean, I look at Call of Duty now, and spoiler, playing some Call of Duty with Colin yesterday. Good games, by the way, Colin. And, it all started with Fortnite, with the skins and all that, and it kind of suited that game, right? And you can see it. But, it saddens me a little bit, well, actually a lot, to see Call of Duty kind of in that Fortnite space now. It's still a fun game,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but there's so many skins now that are just really silly, and it just doesn't fit in with that kind of vibe that the Call of Duty games used to go for. It's a military shooter, and then you got people running around in really silly outfits and stuff like that, and like clowns and stuff.
It reminds you of a bit like Happy Gilmore.
Kind of, yeah.
What's wrong with you people? This is golf. But yeah, you don't even see your characters in COD, do you? It's first person.
Yeah, but obviously you see gun skins, but...
And again, like the gun skins, I'm sorry, if you're running around with like a Kalashnikov that glows in the dark or whatever, you're a cunt. Because it looks like shit. It does. Like, you can't beat the original materials that a gun is generally made out of. I don't give a shit if you've got camo all over it or whatever. I think it looks garbage. It takes away from it. I think the only games that actually did the gun camo thing or the gun skins reasonably well, and it kind of made sense, was Army of Two.
Yeah.
Because you're mercenaries, and what better way to show that you're making a load of money off of the military industrial complex than blinging out the metal on your guns and having gold-plated or platinum-plated like dual handguns or 50 caliber rifles and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, people go mad for like the camo. I mean, just look at the camos and stuff like Counter-Strike.
Yeah, well, Counter-Strike had a I don't know if it's still big now about the whole gun skin things and the loot boxes and stuff, but yeah, still, I mean, when I play Counter-Strike, you still see people with all these crazy gun skins and that, and I think it's just a bit of showing off. But there is a kind of reason for that, because when you die in Counter-Strike, you're watching your teammates, so you can see what they've got and stuff. But yeah, it's just gaming's gone to like this. I mean, it's been going on for years, right? But I just think it's a weird place where instead of focusing on the fun game modes and being more imaginative when it comes to the actual gameplay, they're just focusing on gun skins and skins for your characters and stuff, and making you work hard. Dances, yeah. I mean, like PUBG's completely gone in that direction now, because obviously Fortnite started that. PUBG has
Destiny, Destiny as well ran with all that, didn't it? The crazy dance emotes and things, and
it's crazy, and it's just, and I understand. I do understand it in free-to-play titles, because I got to make money somehow, so I get it. But when you're charging 70 quid for a game and then you're doing all that, I'm just like, man, what the fuck? I mean, I still play Call of Duty because Colin plays it and Gav plays it, but I don't buy any of the season passes or the skins or anything. I just play the game for what it is,
If it wasn't the last Call of Duty campaign absolute crap, and it was just like... They used a lot of assets from the maps, and it was apparently one of the worst campaigns I've ever done.
Well, funnily enough, I mean, I'm going through my games played here quite big, because I actually decided to play through the COD campaign this week and finish it, because when it came out, I only did the first 2 or 3 levels and then just gave up. But I actually played through it this week. It's not very long. And you're right, like a lot of the levels are like Warzone, it's open world, and you have your plates and all that, and it is very open. And those open world levels I didn't really enjoy very much, but it did have a few classic type levels as well, where you're with the crew and you're just following kind of a path, if that makes sense. And
well, that used to be the whole factor of Call of Duty. You're on kind of like an action-packed roller coaster from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've waited, 8-9 months from buying it, and you did a few of the missions and then left it for this long, I mean, you'd have never thought about doing that, like in peak 360 COD, would you?
No, 100%.
You'd probably probably beat it 3 times.
You'd have been raked over the coals.
Yeah.
I
You
think
just wouldn't do it, would you? They were that good. Those, Modern Warfares and things like that, and the Black Ops, 360. And no, like I say, with me, I just didn't even bother with the last one. I was like, nah, I can't be bothered.
no. Well, and I think, I mean, I like Warzone. I think it's good, but I think it's ruined Call of Duty a little bit, because when I talk to people who used to be hardcore Call of Duty players like Peebs and Colin and various other people, they don't even buy the new CODs now, because they're just like, well, what's the point? All I play is Warzone, and that's free to play. So, meh.
I think this is the majority of people who, I mean, they're not supposed to be because it's an 18 game, but the majority of people, maybe 60, 70%, are actually, kids and teenagers, and their parents have said, well, why would I buy you this new 60, 70 quid Call of Duty when you could play Warzone for nothing? Sod off. So that's what they've done. And then instead of buying one COD game a year, they're just crazing their parents for money for the battle pass and the season pass and skins and stuff.
Well, the thing is, right, it's value for money as well, right? So you're paying 60, 70 quid for a Call of Duty game, and what you're getting is, say, your campaign, which is, say, 5 or 6 hours max, your zombies mode, and your multiplayer, your normal multiplayer. But when all your mates are just playing Warzone, you kind of think, well, why did I spend all that money buying COD?
Yeah, if they're not playing it, then...
Because I'm not playing it. And that's the problem I've had, because I only know 1 or 2 people that actually bought COD and play the multiplayer. It's like I haven't had my value for money this time round. Obviously, the next COD is confirmed to be coming to Game Pass, so that's going to get more players engaged in playing the campaign and the multiplayer. So perhaps that'll be good. But yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating, and it's just a shame that's kind of where modern gaming has got to. To listen to the rest of this week's awesome episode, you need to subscribe to the Patreon. So head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast. There you can sign up from as little as £5 a month, and you get an episode every single week of the year. The other option to listen to the Patreon shows is to log on to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Webby360G. Sundays at 7:30pm. We will be live streaming, and you can join in on the conversation. This week's episode is over 2 hours long, where we'll be talking about PlayStation's state of play, the state of modern gaming, Webby going back to retro gaming on the Xbox 360, PS3 and the Wii U. Lots of games talked about, including Outrun Arcade, After Burner Climax, Lords of the Fallen, Humanity, Call of Duty, and much, much more. So again, you need to subscribe to the Patreon, and that website address is patreon.com/360gamercast.